Hello, my name is Emily Everspan. I am one of the graduate assistants at the Counseling Center. I am also in the Counselor Education graduate program at VSU studying school counseling. This presentation is going to be about mindfulness. To start off, mindfulness is not mindlessness. An article titled, "What is Mindfulness?" defines it as the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. We all have the ability to practice mindfulness. We may just need to learn how. A lot of times we can switch into autopilot throughout the day. For example, Melly O'Brien asks, "Have you ever driven your car somewhere and arrived at your destination only to remember nothing about your journey?" This is an example of being on autopilot and not being totally present. Being mindful means maintaining a moment by moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations and the surrounding environment. In this presentation, we will talk about the benefits of mindfulness, the basics, and we'll walk through 3 different mindfulness practices you can try out. Starting out with supported benefits of mindfulness. The American Psychological Association lists 7 empirically supported benefits of mindfulness: reduced rumination, stress reduction, boost to working memory, increase in focus, less emotional reactivity, more cognitive flexibility, and relationship satisfaction. Studies have also found mindfulness to enhance sleep, self-insight, morality, intuition, fear modulation, increased immune functioning, and a reduction of psychological stress. So let's go into the basics of mindfulness. There are 5. First, you want to set aside some time. You do not have to buy anything to start practicing mindfulness or have any fancy materials. Mindfulness can be practiced anywhere, you just need to set some time aside for it. Next, you want to observe the present moment as it is. The goal of mindfulness is not to quiet your mind or to become completely calm. The goal is simply to pay attention to the present moment. While practicing, let your judgments roll by. Do not be discouraged or too distracted by them. Notice the thought and then let it pass. Always return to the observing the present moment as it is. If you do get distracted or carried away in thought, bring yourself back to the present moment. Lastly, it's important to be kind to your wandering mind. Your mind will wander and you will get carried away at times. This is okay. Do not judge yourself when this happens. I am now going to walk you through 3 different mindfulness exercises that you can do now with me or practice on your own later. The first exercise will be a body scan, then we will do the raisin exercise, and lastly, the 5 senses exercise. This body scan exercise helps you practice relaxing your body and focusing on your mind. I am going to play an audio clip from Diana Winston, who is the director of the Mindfulness Education at UCLA's Mindfulness Awareness Research Center. She will walk you through a 3-minute body scan.
Begin by bringing your attention into your body. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable to you. You can notice your body seated, wherever you're seated, feeling the weight of your body on the chair, on the floor. You can take a few deep breaths. And as you take a deep breath, bring in more oxygen, enlivening the body. And as you exhale, have a sense of relaxing more deeply. You can notice your feet on the floor. Notice the sensations of your feet touching the floor, the weight and pressure, vibration, heat. You can notice your legs against the chair, pressure, pulsing, heaviness, lightness. Notice your back against the chair. Bring your attention into your stomach area. If your stomach is tense or tight, Let it soften. Take a breath. Notice your hands. Are your hands tense or tight? See if you can allow them to soften. Notice your arms. Feel any sensations in your arms. Let your shoulders be soft. Notice your neck and throat. Let them be soft. Relax. Soften your jaw. Let your face and facial muscles be soft. Then notice your whole body present. Take one more breath. Be aware of your whole body as best you can. Take a breath, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Our next exercise is the raisin exercise, which is an experience of mindful eating. You can choose any food to try with this. Many people choose a raisin or a piece of chocolate. My first experience with this exercise was with a Hershey Kiss. I will be reading the transcript from Linda Smith of Duke Integrative Medicine. First, take the food and hold it between your pointer finger and thumb. Bring your attention to it, as if it were a novel item, imagining that you had never seen one before in your life. Take the time to observe the raisin carefully. Really see it. Gaze at it with full attention. Let your eyes explore every part of it, noticing its shape, colors, and surfaces. Examine its grooves, where the light shines and shadows. Rotate and move the raisin between your fingers, continuing to explore its texture. Apply a small bit of pressure to notice whether it is soft or hard. You might close your eyes if that helps you focus and enhance your sense of touch. Recognizing this is a raisin, note any thoughts you might have about raisins, any memories about them, or feelings of liking or disliking them. Hold the raisin under your nose and inhale naturally. With each in-breath, notice any aroma or smell that arises. Bring awareness also to any effect in your mouth or stomach. Now, bring the raisin slowly to your mouth, noticing how your hand and arm know exactly how and where to position it. Being aware if you are salivating as the mind and body anticipate eating. Place the raisin gently into your mouth without chewing yet. Hold the raisin in your mouth for at least 10 seconds, exploring it with your tongue, feeling the sensation of having it there. When you are ready, prepare to chew the raisin. Take 1 or 2 bites into it and notice what happens, bringing your full attention to its taste and texture as you continue chewing. Take time to chew without swallowing, noticing the taste and texture of the raisin in your mouth and how it may change over time. When you feel ready to swallow the raisin, bring awareness to the sensation so that even this is experienced consciously. Lastly, notice what is left of the raisin as you swallow and it travels down your stomach. Notice how your body as a whole is feeling after completing this exercise. Our last exercise is the 5 senses exercise. This exercise can be done quickly and almost anywhere. It brings you to the present and allows you to be aware of where you are and what you are doing. These steps I'm going through were adapted from positivepsychology.com. First, notice 5 things you can see. Look around you and bring your attention to 5 things you can see. Pick something that you normally don't notice, like a shadow or a small crack in the concrete. Next, notice 4 things you can feel. Bring awareness to 4 things you are currently feeling, like the texture of your pants, the feeling of a breeze on your skin, or the smooth surface of a table you are resting your hands on. Notice 3 things you can hear. Take a moment to listen and note 3 things that you can hear in the background. This can be the chirp of a bird, the hum of a refrigerator, or the faint sounds of traffic from a nearby road. Next, notice 2 things you can smell. Bring awareness to smells that you usually filter out, whether they are pleasant or unpleasant. Perhaps the breeze is carrying a whiff of pine trees if you're outside, or the smell of fast food restaurant across the street. Finally, notice 1 thing you can taste. Focus on 1 thing you can taste right now at this moment. You can take a sip of a drink, chew a piece of gum, or eat something. Notice the current taste in your mouth, or even open your mouth to search the air for a taste. That is the end of my mindfulness presentation. I hope that gave you a little bit more insight onto what mindfulness is, and that those 3 exercises were something you were able to do with me now, or something you can do later on. These are my references for this presentation. Thank you for listening.